Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo and Parkway RV Center. Just felt like doing some Class C's today, and I've got one today. Let's review. Nice one. This is a 2015 Thor Chateau 31L Class C with 2 slides. This unit, of course, built on a Ford E450 chassis, 6.8 liter Triton V10. Very, very nice condition. Has 55,000 miles. I'm selling this thing for $59,900. Which is about a little over $10,000 under what the NADA says I should be selling it for. Just adjusting for the mileage. I do not add options on NADA. I go by base NADA and a mileage adjustment, and that's it. Hang tight, I'll flash that up. All right, now you can see I wasn't lying about that. It's a heck of a deal for what it is. I've got it running right now. Generator's running. Let's take a look around. It's got the HD Max, which is the Class C equivalent of full body paint, and it's not faded, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you on the inside when we go inside there. It has a 305 horsepower, 420 pound-feet torque, 6.8 liter Triton V10, same motor I got in my personal coach, guys. A very torquey motor. Looking around it, I don't see any excuses for it to be a 15. It's got the rear view camera system that works, got the slide toppers, got a power awning, does have a hitch on the back. Now, according to the specs, this hitch is rated for 8,000 pounds. Does that mean you can tow 8,000 pounds? No, I do not recommend that with a Class C. I do not recommend towing about over 5,500 pounds on a Class C. That's for many years of driving these things and transporting them. You have to look at your GVCR. The gross weight of this thing's 14,500 pounds. That's empty, no water, no wastewater, no fuel, no luggage, no food. You're going to add 1,500 pounds to that easily. So let's just say you add 1,500 pounds of fuel, water, wastewater, luggage, food, personal possessions, all that good stuff. 16,000 pounds. GCWR is 22,000 pounds. That means you've only got 6,000 pounds of weight that you can tow behind it. And you always want a little bit of safety margin. So that's what I say, guys. Just because the hitch is rated for a certain poundage doesn't mean the motorhome frame is rated for that poundage. It's an advertising trick the manufacturers use. And I wish they would clarify that better, but you got to do your homework. But, I mean, even so, guys, that is more than enough to tow a Jeep, a truck, a car, an SUV, something like that behind it, even on a tow dolly. So, but always keep that in mind, guys. Just because it's rated, the hitch is rated, doesn't mean the RV's rated for it. I gave you something new for thought, food for thought, didn't I? E450 chassis does have that. I love that grill on the front of these things. Been around for a long time. Really looks good. Tires are good. They're not OEM by no means. Decent outside storage. Cab over looks good. Stripes look good. Let's look inside. It's got a neat floor plan. A lot of space in it. And kind of reminds you of some of the Coachman Leprechaun floor plans that everybody loves, with that huge middle living kitchen area combined. And now I'm gonna point out one thing the previous owners did. You know, a lot of people are doing this now because it's more comfortable, but they're taking the sleeper sofa out and putting theater seating in. Now, I'm going to sell it with this in here. If you don't want the theater seating, which is very comfortable, I can get you a couch, sleeper sofa. Contact us for a price and put it in here for you. But the theater seating is very nice. They're both recliners. You just lose the bed. But now you still can sleep 6 in here with just the theater seating by leaving it in here. So I'm gonna let that be buyer's choice. You know, if you want a sleeper sofa, I'll probably get you one, subject to availability, because there is a shortage on furniture. anywhere from, depends on how elaborate you want to get. If you want just a futon style, if you want the trifold, whatever you decide, guys, it can be anywhere from $600 to $1,000 bucks, $1,100, somewhere around there. Contact a salesperson for a quote, and I'll probably get a color that'll very closely match the wood in here. But that's up to you. Now, if it was me and I didn't need the extra sleeping, because honestly, guys, 6 people is probably more people than you want to carry in a 32.5-foot motorhome anyway. Much less 8. 8 would just be way overkill. I would leave the theater seating. You know, I think they're a lot more comfortable. You're directly across from a TV, comfortable viewing area, comfortable sitting area, especially if you're a big guy like me. So, just, you know, let your salesperson know which way you want to go. Of course, heck, guys, for $10,000 under NADA, I wouldn't care if it had any furniture in it to save that kind of money. I'll gladly replace all the furniture in one to save that kind of money off in the current market on Class C's. Dash air is nice and cold. It does have a backup camera that works great. 55,353.6 miles. No check engine lights. No warning lights. Front seats look great. Power windows, power locks, heated power mirrors. Everything up here is just like it should be. Glass is perfect. Seats are perfect. It's got a removable rug up here, so you've got a rubber mat under that if you just want to use a rubber mat. Air conditioner feels great. Got a, you know, these are in between, the cab over beds in these are in between a full and a queen size bed. They're like 54 wide. So, in fact, you'd probably use queen size bedding to fit it. Just be a little bit loose. So, you know, you can sleep 2 adults up here fairly comfortably, and you do have a privacy curtain. That's your, I'm not sure, that's at least a 32, if not bigger. Generator's got 415 hours on it. Running right now, no problem there. That's about right for the miles. Actually, low hours for the miles. Usually it's, on average, it's about 100 hours for every 10,000 miles on the RV. And the good thing about a Class C is if you're sitting up toward the front, that dash air will keep you comfortable without having to run roof air and generator going down the road, which you certainly can. You know, a lot of people are under the misconception you cannot run air conditioner and generator going down the road. That's what it's made to do, is to provide you power when you don't have shore power available, whether it's parked or running down the road. It doesn't matter. I've spent many a nights in an RV with a generator and air running, and I've drove many of them with the air conditioner and generator running. You know, unless it's, you know, 65, 70 degrees, you're going to want to be able to cool your main living area off, and that's the only way to do it, guys, and it doesn't hurt a thing. That's what that generator is made to do. Table booth makes a bed. Looks like they've added little power strips. They probably use this table for like a little office or something. Cabinets look great. Got a lot of cabinets, at least for a Class C. You know, a Class C is never going to have the storage of a Class A, of the same size Class A, but it's still very, very usable storage. A lot of food prep area. I do like that. You know, most kitchens in Class C's don't have near this much food prep area, which, I mean, I guess that's irrelevant if you don't cook. And then you also, if you want a little more, hey, look at that. Got a little countertop extender. Double basin sink. It does have the sprayer faucet. 3-burner stovetop, which doesn't look like most. It hasn't been used much at all. Oven looks good. Advent microwave looks good. LED lights through most of the RV. There's 1 or 2 lights in here that they hasn't been converted to LEDs yet, but I think all of them except maybe 1 or 2. Refrigerator is a Norcold, and it's already starting to get cold. And I've had it running for about 45 minutes or so. We do guarantee it to work. And I'll let it sit for a little bit. I'm sure it works. I feel it kind of starting to get cold back there, but I need to let it run a few more minutes before I can tell you for sure. 13,500 BTU ducted roof air. It does have 30 amp electrical service. Generator's 4 kW Onan, by the way. Gasoline. So really nice and open living area. But because it's 32.5 foot, you still got a decent sized bedroom and bathroom area, pantry. Slide out pantry. So there's all your dry goods storage. A little bit of room, a little bit of storage up here. Split bath like most Class C's, but you've got a decent sized shower with a glass door. Obviously, it's not been stored outside a lot between uses, so you don't have any yellowing in the shower, which doesn't hurt anything. It's just a sign that they've kept it outside. And it is a TPO roof, so it's pretty much as close to maintenance-free roof as you can get in an RV. Does that mean it's 100% maintenance-free? No, you still got yearly maintenance. I have spring and fall maintenance I do with my RV. Part of my spring maintenance, of course, is de-winterizing it and going up top, checking the caulk, checking the vent top covers, putting reapplying caulk as needed on anything stuck through the roof. And I do recommend Dicor sealant, and you know, skylight, checking the skylight, checking it for leaks, making sure it's caulked up good. Make sure my air conditioner seals tight. You know, air conditioners, as you go down the road, can actually shake loose a little bit. So what you have to do is I always go inside, I pull my bottom panel down, there's 4 screws there, and I just check them to make sure they're nice and torqued and tight. Because, you know, a lot of times you can tighten them up and makes a difference. You know, little things like that, guys. That's just yearly roof maintenance. That's any RV you buy. It doesn't matter what kind of roof's on it. You know, the advantage of a TPO roof, like a fiberglass roof, you don't really have to worry much about cool sealing it or anything like that, even though it does help protect, you know, if you want to take the time and trouble to cool seal it. And I've done many of them, guys. The trick to it, you just put a good single coat across the whole roof and put it heavier on seams, and make sure it's not going to rain for 2 or 3 days, and you have to do it out in the sun so it has plenty of time to dry. If it rains before it dries, it's going to drip down the side of your RV, and it's almost impossible to get off the sides. So and there's plenty of YouTube videos out there to explain to you how to prep it and wash it and prep the roof and all that stuff. It's something that you can easily do yourself, and not really necessary with a TPO, but it's not a bad idea if you want to really extend the roof life of it. I think these have like a 12 or 15 year factory warranty on the roof, and it will last longer than that, of course, if you keep it under cover and keep it sealed good. So, and of course, my winter maintenance is pretty much winterizing only, and that's a whole different thing. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube to go over detail, and everybody's got their own way of doing it. I have my way. You know, RV techs have their way. Some people use antifreeze, some people use air. It just depends on the part of the country you're in. Here in the South, you know, I just blow out my lines, put a little antifreeze in the P-trap, make sure my tanks are empty, unhook my outside shower hose and bring it inside, and also unhook my shower hose in the bathroom, and that's pretty much it. But, you know, if you live up north, obviously you want to bypass your water heater. And of course, I drain my water heater too, but you want to bypass it, put antifreeze in your system and all that. It just depends on the weather where you live. But there are some great videos on YouTube about winterizing. And actually, if you buy an RV from us, we actually give you a kind of a DVD going over detail about how to winterize your RV. But anyway, split bathroom. This is your water closet, RV toilet, sink. Everything looks like it's supposed to in here. Got a vent fan up top. Now this is why the outside looks so good, is because the previous owners, this is probably a $700-800 cover, and there's not really a good place to put it when it's not on the RV. So, which I'm assuming if you're at home and you take this thing out, you'll leave this cover at home because you don't really need it while you're using the RV. But I've just got it in here just for lack of a better place to put it. So, full-length RV cover. You've got a queen island bed, comfortable mattress. Everything back here looks like it's supposed to. It is missing the bedroom TV, but guys, that's no big deal. If you really need a bedroom TV, you can pick one of those up at Walmart or Amazon or Best Buy or online, or, you know, it's TV and fuel's cheapest things you can buy for an RV, even with fuel prices. But you know, nice unit is priced way under market value, way under book value. No, I don't really go by that, but it just shows you how well our prices are. So I'm saving you a lot of money, and of course, like all of our used RVs, we do guarantee the generator to run and put out like it's supposed to. We guarantee the refrigerator, freezer, and roof air to get to operating temp. We do guarantee slide outs to go in and out like they're supposed to, and of course we do guarantee it to run and drive like it's supposed to, as far as, you know, shifting and running. There's no check engine lights or anything like that, but we don't guarantee those, but there are none on this one. But we do guarantee like it's going to drive, brakes are good, you know, all that, tires are smooth, all that good stuff. So and if you got questions about what we guarantee, what we don't, or how we sell stuff here, pick up the phone, give us a call at 706-965-7929. Of course, that price is haggle-free, firm, way under book, so you really can't argue about the price. If you do want a quote on a sofa, give one of my salespeople a call. We'll get you a quote, and you know, we can order you one. It might take a couple of weeks to come in if it's available. Like I said, subject to availability. There's certain colors, certain style sofas that I buy all my stuff from RecPro, RecPro.com, and they've been out of some stuff for a while now, so supply shortages. But great sofas, comfortable. I mean, if I was going to replace the ones in my personal coach, that's where I would buy them from. And good website too if you want to update your RV. They've got some really neat stuff on there. You know, great website. I use it fairly often, so check it out online, RecPro.com. They're not endorsing me or paying me to endorse their website. It's just I've done business with them for several years now. I'm really happy with them. The consistency of the quality of the products I get from there, whether it's furniture, I've ordered appliances from them, I've ordered windows. In fact, I am probably in the spring replacing my windows in my personal coach, and that's probably who I'm going to buy them from, just because I like the quality of what they sell, and they sell a little bit of everything. So great resource for RVers for updating your coach. Anyway, guys, this unit's $59,900, haggle-free, firm financing available with approved credit and down payment. If you're interested in the up-to-date information about that, give us a call, 706-965-7929. One of my salespeople are a lot more familiar with RV financing. I know a lot of it from buying them myself and financing them, but that in the current market, their financing restrictions and limitations change pretty much every week, so I'll let you talk to them. They're more up to date on it. You know, guys, we don't have any upsells. We have no fees. $59,900, haggle free, firm. Doesn't matter how you pay for it or how far away you come to buy it. That's the price. We do not mark up any fees. In other words, we're not like Rip Off World that charges dock fees, prep fees, freight fees, this fee, happy camper fees, that fee, da-da-da-da-da, all 100% dealer profit. You know, when they add $4,000 in fees on top of the sales price, that's just pretty much like me marking this thing up to $63,900 from $59,900. It's no difference. It's just a way for them to disguise the profit in the form of fees, but it's all dealer profit. And they'll give you a good song and dance story why they have to do this or charge that, but it's all BS and lies, folks. It's just a way for them to make more money. We don't mark interest rates up on financing. Other dealers overcharge you by thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Because you go through a dealership's finance department, you're dealing with their lenders, their banks. They're dealing with their lenders, their banks. You have no contact with them except through the finance manager or your salesperson. And they're getting you approved at a lower rate, but charging you more. And just throwing out just random numbers, for example, they get you approved at 6%. They might charge you 7.5%, 8.5% interest, and the dealer gets to keep about 3/4 of that money, and the bank gets to keep gets to keep the rest of it. And when you figure a long-term RV loan, because a 15 model, 60 grand, 120 months, maybe 144 months, and you figure paying an extra $10, $15, $20 a month in interest charges because they marked the rate up over that many months, that's a huge chunk of change, guys. Not only that, but here comes the upsells. Extended warranties, gap insurance. You know, these big dealers make you feel like you have to buy this stuff, but you don't. The reason why they want you and make you feel like you have to buy it is because they've got it marked up 3 or 4 times dealer cost, so they're making a chunk of profit off of that. Then they're adding it to your loan with a marked up interest rate, so they're even making more profit off that, because the more money they get you to finance, the more money they can make on interest charges and then upsells. You want to keep from getting ripped off, guys. 2 tips I always tell people: keep your interest rate as low as possible. Keep your amount financed as low as possible. When a dealer starts talking about, oh, for $10, $15 more a month you get this, for $21 a month you get that, and this and that, and da 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 da. Well, they're taking your attention away from the amount you're financing and keeping you fixated on payment. Guys, payment follows the amount that you finance. Math doesn't lie. Get your amount financed and don't worry about the payment. Pay as much down as you can. The more money you pay down, you'll get that money back eventually, because when you sell it or trade it years down the road, that's less you have to pay off, more equity you have. You're going to get the majority of that money back that you paid down. And that's just my tidbit for financing. The dealers hate it when I say that, because I am screwing them out of a lot of money. Why do you think a lot of dealers now, especially corporate dealers, charge more for cash than they do when you finance? Because you would think it'd be the exact opposite, like it used to be 20, 30 years ago, where if you brought in cash, you got a discount. Now, if you bring in cash, they're missing out on the opportunity to make an extra $8,000 or $10,000 on financing and upsells. So they're going to charge you more to cover some of that lost profit. And so they're going to tell you, well, you know what, a trick they did, and they did it back when I worked at these big dealers, is that if you bring in cash, they'll tell you, well, that advertised price includes a $3,500 discount to go through this bank or that bank. It's a rebate. So if you pay cash, you lose that rebate. So here, go ahead and finance it and just pay it off in a year or 2, because they know most people won't pay it off and they get their money. That's an old trick, guys. There is no rebate. Banks do not rebate customers or dealerships to go through that bank or finance company. It's just a way for them to talk you into financing so they can get more money and more profit than you just coming in and plopping down $100 bills or a cashier's check or a wire transfer. So that's what I say, guys. A lot of deceiving advertisement out there. And anyway, thank y'all for watching. I know I get on a rant, but you know what? I've helped a lot of people with my advice. At least I think I have. I've been thanked several times for it. You know, here at Parkway RV Center, we've been in business since 1968. It's 53 years in business, selling used RVs, primarily used RVs. You know, we keep things easy, simple, and done. Just easy and simple RV buying and selling. This is the price, haggle-free, firm. You know, we do have to charge applicable sales tax, and we do have to charge a $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee for Georgia residents only. Not that excludes out of. So if you're out of state, you don't have to worry about that. That's it. There's no upsells, no fees, none of that nonsense, guys. Just simple and easy buying and selling. That's why we sell 500 to 600 RVs a year. Can't beat our prices. Can't beat the quality of our RVs for those prices. And people travel from all over the United States every single week to buy from us. So, we can definitely save you some money. And like I said, you don't stay in business as long as we do if you don't treat your customers right. Sell a fair product for a fair price. And that's exactly what we do, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, RVs with Big Bo. Feel free to smash me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share on social media. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Chateau. Class C motorhome, perfect size for state parks, older campgrounds, but still give you plenty of living space. Sleep 6 in the current configuration, but you can add a sofa to it and sleep 2 more. Which, trust me, 6 is plenty in a 32-foot motorhome. Believe me, I've stayed in motorhomes this size and more people than that. It wasn't a very pleasant experience, and thank the good Lord it was only for like 1 or 2 nights. I'd hate to know I'd have to spend a week in one of these with that many people. I don't care how close you are. But anyway, if you're interested, give us a call, 706-965-7929. Always call to make sure it's available before coming to look. Check out our website, parkwayrvcenter.com. Link in the video description below to that. And thank you so much, guys. Hang tight. We'll have another video today, hopefully, unless something happens. Then I get tied up, and I may even do another C-Class. And in fact, I think we just got a bunkhouse in. I'll check it out. If it's anything, I'll go ahead and post it online. Thank you again for watching. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.